Hello everybody, this is John from Nevermore Antiques, and I wanted to tell you about a really cool encounter that I had the other day whenever I was out yard sailing. Um, about 2 weeks ago, I purchased a Mustang for my wife. She loves sports cars, and I love her, so she's wanted a new car for a long time. So I decided that I was going to get her a car, and I've been looking for a while for the right car. That morning I woke up and I looked, and there's this triple black Mustang convertible, and it was being sold by a friend of mine that I knew was just, he was just very meticulous with his automobiles. He takes great care of them, and he's selling this car for a song and just a great price. So I showed it to her, and she's like, "Oh, I love that car." I'm like, "Well, let's go get it." And she's like, "You're messing with me." And I'm like, "No, let's go get it," because we've had since we've been together, this makes our third Mustang convertible, and she loves them. And she's never had one of her own; they've always been mine. So this car is actually hers, and she loves it. She absolutely loves it. This is her standing next to her car, and she, this is her car right here, um, with the top down. I love it. It's a gorgeous car, and she's a gorgeous woman. And anyway, so I take it out yard selling on a Saturday, and I pull up to this yard sale, and a guy greets me, and he's like, "Man, that's an awesome car." He goes, "Man," he goes, "I love Mustang convertibles." He goes, "I used to have one." And I'm like, "Really?" I go, "What year was it?" And he says, "Oh, it was a '94 convertible. It was teal." And I'm like, "Man, I had a car just like that." I was like, those are cool cars." Um, anyways, I start talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah," he goes, "it was the out of store." He goes, "I had this car," and he goes, and some guy pulled up behind us at a gas station and just said, "I want to buy your car." And he said he chased us all through town, and finally he caught us at this gas station and asked my wife what she wanted for it, and she figured out a price and called the guy back and said that he'd take it, that he wanted the car. He wanted the car. Um, and I looked at him and I go, "That was me. I was that guy." I go, "That's the car that I bought." And here's a picture of me standing with that very same car. So I'm at this yard sale, and I'm talking to the guy 20 years later who I bought that car from, him and his wife. That was my car. But, anyways, um, that car means a lot to me. And I told him, I said, "You realize if it wasn't for you and your wife, that I would have never have met my wife." Um, I had a friend, and her name was Sarah. And me and Sarah concocted a scheme to get, at that time, some random girl, Megan, into the car with me so that we could ride around town and I could get to know her. I'm a salesman. You give me 5 minutes, 20 years later, we're married. She's a lot prettier than me. A lot prettier than me, so it was tough to get her to buy into this. But anyway, so me and Sarah, we get into my Mustang, we ride around, and we Sarah comes up with the story. I gotta go. I gotta meet somebody. Um, so she gets out, and me and Megan drive around for 2 hours. And man, I won her over. I'm not gonna say like I won her over that like she's a trophy, but like she's seen something in me, and I believe, and I know that some of you people might not believe in God, and that's okay. We don't have to agree on that. I still love you. We're still friends. But I believe that God put her in my life for a reason. She's my bookend. I'm not always the easiest person to get along with, but she's perfect for me. She's absolutely a wonderful mother, a wonderful wife. She's patient with me. She's everything that I need in a helpmate, in a wife. And God knew that. I'm telling you, I stood there on that street corner, and there was something inside of me that made me go after those people in that car. I don't know what it was. That's not what I do. But there was something that just like it spoke to me, go buy that car. And I got that car. This is Megan on her prom night. This is my absolute favorite photo of her, hands down. She's absolutely beautiful. She's got piercing blue eyes, beautiful red hair. that milky white skin, everything about her is everything that I love in a woman. I married my dream girl. Not many men can say that. Not many men have the ability to say they married their perfection of what they think that their wife should look like. Anyways, I told the guy, I said, if it would have been for you and your wife, that I wouldn't have everything in this life that means the most to me. And that's my wife and my 3 sons. This is Noah, that's Asher, and this is little Judah. And of course, this is Megan. I have everything that I have in that photo is everything in the world that means anything to me besides Jesus, and I believe he's there with us. But anyways, I just think it's really odd that I show up at this guy's yard sale, and 20 years later, out of nowhere, I start talking to him, all because I pulled up in a Mustang convertible, and we start talking about cars, and I found I haven't seen this guy in 20 years. I have not seen that guy since we signed the papers at the bank, and that car and the other car was mine. But here's some pictures of this other car. This is at my wife's house. They were getting ready to side her mother's house. This is back in 2099. That's my wife and me on the porch here, and my Mustang in the background. You can just see I love her. I loved her then. I love her more now. This is us going to prom. Beauty and the Beast. Way. Beauty and the Beast. This is another picture. My mom was taking these photos. I know it was her. Because my mom had photos for everything. But anyways, we had an opportunity to go back, and we went back and we talked to the people, and I just thanked them from the bottom of my heart. If they would have said no, if they would have said that car wasn't for sale, who's to say that my life wouldn't have turned out completely different? And I say all of this because it's a neat story, and I think some of you might find it interesting. But I want you to know that you have to fight for the things in life that you want. You have to be willing to chase your dreams. My dream was to own a Mustang convertible. My dream was to work for myself from home and to be able to spend time with my family, because to me that's what's important. Because at the end of the day, when they shovel dirt on top of your grave, it doesn't matter how much you had in your bank account. It doesn't matter how much money that you have. It doesn't matter how many rooms were in your home or how many TVs that you had hanging on your wall. It matters how your family looked at you, the time that you invested into them, how you loved other people. Did you change the world? Did you make it better? Does anyone even care that you're gone? And to me, that's what's important. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that are chasing after cars and vacations and homes and dreams, but none of that matters. All of that is but a vapor. All of that will pass. All of that will be someone else's one day. There's nothing that you own right now that you'll take to the grave with you other than a nice suit and a clean pair of socks. I don't know. I want to show you one last photo. This is a picture of 2 of my best friends in the world. Because of them, I have my wife and my children. It makes me a little emotional. Um, they didn't realize at the time that they were changing the world for somebody, that they changed the world for me. They gave me my wife, and she gave me my children. And we work together side by side. She sits right behind me, and she does all my shipping. She works on eBay with me. She changes my boys' diapers. She washes the clothes. She does the dishes, cooks food, and she makes me a better man. And it's amazing. I love you, Megan. I know you're going to watch this. I just want you to know I love you. and you mean the world to me. But that's my story, and I hope you guys appreciate it. Hope you can find something cool in it, because I think it's cool. 20 years, 20 years. Let me show you something. There's 20 years difference between these two photos. 20 years. And it's been a wonderful 20 years. I hope I get 20 more. Hope I get 40 more. That'd be nice. Another 40 years. 40 years of selling on eBay and living my life with my family. And that's why I do this. That's why I do eBay. That's why I sell from home. That's why I work from home. I'm here when my kids get up. I'm here when they go to bed. And there ain't nothing better than that. And I'm not telling you what you're doing in life is wrong. If you don't have kids, I'm not here to sell you on you should have kids or anything like that. But do something that makes you happy. You guys have a good night. God bless you. Keep on digging and keep on picking.